In 1054, for various reasons, the Patriarch of Constantinople excommunicated the Pope, and vice versa, and the unity of Christ's Church that lasted for 1,000 years was now rent in two. In 1964, these mutual excommunications were lifted, and talks toward unity have begun. In 1438-1439, a Council of Florence was one of the major attempts to reunify the churches of the East and the West. While unity seemed to be achieved at the council, it never became a reality on the ground. However, there have been many agreements between different autonomous ritual churches, leading to Catholic and Orthodox versions of each church.
John Kuncevich was born around 1580 in Vladimir, a town in the Poland-Lithuanian Union. Though ethnically Ruthenian, his parents belonged to the Ukrainian Orthodox Church, which was not in union with Rome. But living in the Kingdom of Poland, there were strong connections to the Catholic Church. By 1598, at least 7 Orthodox bishops signed the Union of Brest that reunited them with Rome, but allowed them to keep their Ruthenian Eastern Rite liturgy. Though many refused reunion with Rome, John became Ruthenian Catholic and entered the Basilian order, taking the name Josaphat. In 1609, Josaphat was ordained a priest, and it was said that many men joined the order because of his preaching. Because of his holiness and scholarship, Josaphat was eventually named Archbishop of Plotzk in 1618. He was a great reformer and worked for the conversion of everyone to union with Rome. While visiting Vitebsk in Belarus, he was martyred on the 24th of November AD 1623 at the age of 45. The mob, hostile to reunion with Rome, attacked the archbishop, and 2 men attacked Josaphat, splitting his head with axes, shooting him, and then throwing his body in the river. Josaphat's prayer had been granted, for he used to pray, "Grant that I may be found worthy, Lord, to shed my blood for the union and obedience to the Apostolic See."
The Catholic Church is comprised of many autonomous ritual churches, which, while they may celebrate the sacred mysteries with diverse liturgies, are still in union with the successor of St. Peter and are therefore rightly called Catholic. The Latin or Roman Church is the largest of these churches. The majority of the others are often referred to as Eastern Rite churches, which have their origin in the ancient cities of Byzantium, that is Constantinople, Antioch, Armenia, Alexandria, and many others. One may fulfill one's Sunday obligation by celebrating the sacred liturgy in any of the churches in union with the Pope.
Here is a chart of the 21 Eastern Catholic churches and their rites, and the year in which they resumed union with Rome. Notice that the Maronites never left the Catholic Church and remained faithful. Notice also that in the Latin Rite, the Anglicans, who left union with Rome under Henry VIII, rejoined the Catholic Church with the Anglican Ordinariate in 2012.
There are many different ways in which the Catholic Church celebrates the sacred liturgy. The first is the ordinary form of the Latin Rite that the Church has been using since the Second Vatican Council in the 1960s. There is the extraordinary form of the Latin Rite, which is the way the Church celebrated Mass before the Second Vatican Council and continues to do so today. There are the various ancient Eastern rites of the Catholic Church, each with various cultural nuances depending on where they developed. There is also the newly approved Anglican Rite Ordinariates, who have returned to union with Rome after their separation by Henry VIII in the 1500s.
There is diversity in unity. There are many different ways to celebrate being Catholic, but everyone must be in union with the Church which Jesus founded on the Rock of Peter.